In Genesis 1, verse 2, we read, "Darkness was upon the face of the deep," and our analysis limits this to depth of the ocean. It's much deeper. Let's see. Hello. Welcome to the Explanation with Sam Kneller. This episode, Genesis 1, verse 2, darkness and deep correspond to Tohu Bohu, comes from the course Unlock Bible Meaning with 7 Keys to Master Biblical Hebrew from theexplanation.com. Genesis 1, verse 2. Darkness and deep correspond to Tohu Bohu. In Genesis 1, verse 2, darkness and deep are much more than the absence of light and depth. They correspond to the meaning of Tohu Bohu. The description of earth in Genesis 1, verse 2, before the 7 days of creation, is intriguing. There are many interpretations of this situation. To understand God's intention, we need to look at the Biblical Hebrew, particularly the Hebrew roots. The English can lead us astray, whereas the Hebrew word roots, the 6th key to Master Biblical Hebrew, unlock Bible meaning. Genesis 1, verse 2. And the earth was without form. That's Strong's H8415. And void. Strong's H1922. And darkness, H2822, was upon the face of the deep, H8415. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. We have a cursory knowledge of the words darkness and deep in Genesis 1, verse 2, so we don't give it much more attention than that. The deep associated with darkness before creation. Deep in Genesis 1, verse 2, as you now can easily understand, also carries a meaning beyond simple physical depth. Go to unlockbiblemeaning.com and find the root meaning. In Strong, every time you see from H with a number after it, you are seeing a derivative of a root. The root word will be a link. Click and you'll see the root. Strong, H8415. Tohu, from H1949. So that is the root. An abyss, as a surging mass of water, especially the deep, the main sea, or the subterranean water supply. King James Version translations: deep, deep place, depth. H1949, the root. Hum, a primitive root. Compare H2000, to make an uproar or agitate greatly. KJV translations: destroy, move, make a noise, put, ring again. Already we see destroy, move, noise, which in English have nothing to do with deep. The Hebrew is telling us the state of the earth prior to the 7-day creation was destruction associated with noisy movement. Compare H2000. From the Hebrew word in brackets following H2000, hamam, you see we have the same letters as H1949, hum. I agree this can be a little tricky, but practice makes perfect. For information, in hum, the middle letter is a vowel, and in hamam, the last two letters, the mem and mem, are the same. In Hebrew, a few letters change shape at the end of the word. Also, when there are two letters in a word, hey, mem, often the second doubles to reach a three-letter root, hamam, hey, mem, mem. A bit of grammar, but not to worry. Strong has got your back, and with these comparisons, knows the rules. The point is to realize how roots dig deep in a fuller comprehension of Genesis 1, verse 2. H2000. Compare H2000 with H1949. Hamam, a primitive root. Compare H1949 and H1993. Properly, to put in commotion. By implication, to disturb, drive, destroy. KJV translations: break, consume, crush, destroy, discomfort, trouble, and vex. H1993. Hama, a primitive root. Compare H1949. To make a loud sound, like English hum. By implication, to be in great commotion or tumult, to rage, war, moan, and clamor. KJV translations: clamorous, concourse, cry aloud, be disquieted, loud, mourn, be moved, make a noise, rage, roar, sound, be troubled, make a tumult, tumultuous, be in an uproar. Did you click on H1993? It too has the same root letters, hama. The hey at the end, that is on the left, is a silent vowel in this case. The English translated words are revealing: commotion, clamorous, tumult. There certainly was a hullabaloo on earth before the seven-day creation. The question is, what is this tumult? Since God doesn't destroy for simple destruction, who did? If the earth was in a state of destruction before the seven-day creation, when did earth come into existence? Yes, there might be more questions than answers at this point, but at least you have the right scenario. A tip. At the bottom of each Strong's entry, there are two links, Previous and Next 5. They allow you to see more entries. Check the letters to see words with the same roots. The transliterations also help you to know there are similar letters. Get familiar with Biblical Hebrew roots spread over numerous words. The nuances, as we see in Genesis 1, verse 2, add clarity and reveal a fuller picture than just deep. Exercise. Click on the links before and after H1949 and H1993. See more words related to deep. This is a more lengthy list because I want you to feel the impact of Hebrew roots for unlocking Bible meaning. You'll also see a name that you could be familiar with. What is its role? Click on Previous, Next 5. Next 5. Strong's H1950. Humam. From H2000. Raging. Homam. An Edomitish chieftain. KJV. Humam. Compare H1967. H1995. Humun. Ezekiel 5:7. From H1993. A noise, tumult, crowd. Also disquietude, wealth. KJV translations. Abundance, company, many, multitude, multiply, noise, riches, rumbling, sounding, store, tumult. H1996. Hamon Gog. From H1995 and H1463. The multitude of Gog, the fanciful name of an emblematic place in Palestine. KJV translation, Hamogog. H1997. Hamunah, the same as H1996. Hamunah. KJV translation, Hamunah. H1998. Hamya. From H1993, sound. KJV translation, noise. Previous 5. Strong's H1991. Hem. Abundance. In other words, wealth. KJV translations. Any of theirs. Hamagog, H1996, should remind you of Revelation 20, verse 8. Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. The multitude making a tumult of destruction. By the way, this incorporates Key 5, the meaning of names. See how interesting and instructive this study gets. Exercise. Click on Hebrew Concordance for H8415, under Strong's entry for deep, and read those verses. Exodus 15, verse 5, reveals this figurative commotion aspect of deep in Genesis 1, verse 2. The depths, H8415, have covered them, referring to enemies. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Is the use of hyperbole an exaggeration? Is there a biblical example of going from the highest height to the lowest depths? Read these articles for more information about this destruction before the creation and who fell into the deep pit. Biblical Hebrew roots reveal much more than any foreign language. Key 6 is fundamental to unlock Bible meaning. Do the same study for without form, void, and darkness in Genesis 1:2. There's more in the next lesson. Continue to follow this eye-opening text and video course All the Bible study tools for this course are freely available online at theexplanation.com. Let's unlock Bible meaning with the 7 keys to master Biblical Hebrew and reveal the explanation.